Hello my dear students, I welcome you all to today's English class of class 6th. So students, today we are going to continue with the lesson, the foolish son-in-law. Students, last class we completed paragraph 2 of SGP 2. Today we will read the paragraph 3 of SGP 2. But before starting today's class, let's have a quick recap. So, once there was a son-in-law who planned to visit his father-in-law's house. A man from his village gave him 3 advice to follow there. The first advice was, use big and high-sounding words at your father-in-law's house. The second advice was, always sit on a high place. The third advice was, first say no when any food is given to you. So, when the son-in-law reached at his father-in-law's house, he used high and big sounding words. The son-in-law told his mother-in-law, "Mother-in-law, you are the sweetest, kindest, greatest and gentlest lady." After listening these words, the mother-in-law was very much pleased. Look at this picture. The mother-in-law is very happy after listening the words from his son-in-law. Okay. See, so the son-in-law praised her son. So the mother-in-law praised her son-in-law in front of the neighbor. So students, now we will read the same paragraph. All of you listen to me carefully. The foolish son-in-law. SGP 2, paragraph 3. Following strictly the second advice, the son-in-law did not sit on a chair. He preferred to sit over paddy sacks piled high. Similarly, when any food was given to him, he said no. One night, his mother-in-law prepared delicious rice pudding, that is khiri, for him. When he was served this, he said no. Therefore, he was not given rice pudding. We will continue. But 2 or 3 drops of rice pudding fell on his plate. When he tasted it, he wanted to have more of it. Thinking it would be impolite, he did not ask for it. But he wanted somehow to eat the rice pudding. He carefully washed his mother-in-law. She put the rice pudding on a pot and placed it on sikka, that is a high place. So students, now we will discuss the meaning of some new words. The first one is preferred. Do you know the meaning of preferred? It means chose or liked. Second one is paddy sack. It means a large strong bag or paddy. Students, see this picture. These are the paddy sack. They are piled one upon another. Now students, do you know the meaning of prepared? It means was ready to do. The meaning of delicious is tasty. Now see this picture. Many foods are served here. They look tasty or delicious. Fifth one is rice pudding. It means a sweet food made of rice cooked with milk and sugar. Look at this picture. This is the picture of rice pudding, or we can say khiri. Now students, do you know the meaning of served? It means offered. Look at this picture. Here the mother is serving food to her son. Now the meaning of impolite. It means not showing good manner or behavior. Speaking loudly in public places is an impolite behavior. Now the meaning of watched. Watched means look or observe attentively. Now see the meaning of sikka. It means a high place. So students, now we will discuss the same paragraph in detail. Following strictly the second advice, the son-in-law did not sit on a chair. He preferred to sit over paddy sacks piled high. Following strictly the second advice. So, could you remember what was the second advice? Yes, the second advice was always sit on a high place. So, as per the second advice, the son-in-law did not sit on a chair. Instead, here he is referred to the son-in-law. So, the son-in-law chose to sit over paddy sack that are piled high. Now see this picture. These are the paddy sacks. They are piled high. So the son-in-law chose to sit on this paddy sack. Similarly, when any food was given to him, he said no. Now students, could you remember the third advice of that village man? Yes, the third advice of the village man was first say no when any food is served before him. So, as per the third advice, the son-in-law, when any food was served, he said no. He refused to take that food. One night, his mother-in-law prepared delicious rice pudding. So, what happened? One day, his mother-in-law, she cooked rice pudding for her son-in-law. That is khiri. We can say khiri for him. When he was served this, he said again no. When the mother-in-law served the khiri to her son-in-law, the son-in-law again denied to take it. Therefore, he was not given rice pudding. Hence, the son-in-law was not given. But 2 or 3 drops of rice pudding fell on his plate. Here, is written for the son-in-law. When the mother-in-law served the khiri or the rice pudding, 2 or 3 drops fell on the plate of the son-in-law. When he tasted it, he wanted to have more of it. Here, for whom he is written? Yes, here he is written for the son-in-law. So, the son-in-law wanted to eat the rice pudding. He said to himself, yes, it is very delicious. It is very tasty. The khiri is very tasty. He wanted to have more of it. He wanted to eat the rice pudding, thinking it would be impolite. He did not ask for it, but the son-in-law already has denied to take it. So he thought it will not be a good manner to ask for it again. but he wanted somehow to eat the rice pudding. He wanted to eat the rice pudding by any means. He carefully washed his mother-in-law. So, the son-in-law observed his mother-in-law very carefully, as where the mother-in-law is going to keep the rice pudding. She put the rice pudding on a pot and placed it on sikka. So, the mother-in-law put the pudding on a pot and kept it on a sikka, that is a high place. So students, now we will do the comprehension question answer. In last class, we completed up to question number 4. So today we will start from 5th question. Question is, where did the son-in-law sit? Does the sight make others laugh? So, where did the son-in-law sit? Yes, the son-in-law sat over paddy sacks piled high. Paddy sacks piled Does the sight make others laugh? Yes, definitely. Now, the 6th question is, what did he say when the rice pudding was soft? What did he say? Yes, he said no. So, he said no when the rice pudding was soft. Okay students, now coming to the next question, that is, did he want to eat the rice pudding? What could be the answer? Did he want to eat the rice pudding? Yes, the answer is he wanted to have more of it. So, he wanted to eat the rice pudding. Now coming to the next question, that is, where was the pudding pot kept? Could you say? Yes, the pudding pot was kept on sikka. It means a high place. Now see the last question, that is, could he eat it? Can you say? It is not mentioned in this paragraph. For that, we have to refer the next paragraph, that is in our next class. Okay? Now students, what we have learned today? Yes, we read the text. After that, we comprehended the same text. Then, we also knew the meaning of some unfamiliar words. Then, we answered the comprehension questions. So students, this is all for today's class. Thank you. Bye-bye.